Hey, this is Six in Conversation's first proper podcast. The introduction initially recorded for this 2018 roundup was somewhat lacking, so I figured I'd record a small defined intro. Six in Conversations has been a music project since January 2018, with a variety of writers and photographers, and in turn, a variety of work produced. Tom Reed is a Bristol-based web designer with a taste that splits between hardcore and metal to post-punk and alternative. I'm Bill Waters, and I'm a Southampton-based music writer with previous experiences in PR and journalism for record labels such as Truth Seeker Music and Astral Noise. Tom and I have been friends for about 4 years now, and in turn have developed somewhat of an overlap in taste, both in music and other media. In this episode, Tom and I discuss our experiences of 2018 releases and events. Enjoy. So, 16 Conversations, inaugural podcast. Just introduce yourself, I guess.
Tom. Don't know really.
Been doing this for about a year now. I think it was January last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like you said, we've spoken about doing a podcast a couple of times and just distance and everything else. Now we're actually doing it. So, it's Tom, Bill, variety of music taste and everything else. I think we're just going to cover 2018.
Yeah. Talk about all the interesting things that happened last year, I suppose. Good records, good gigs, weird things.
It was a pretty solid year overall, I'd say.
Yeah,
Definitely one of the strongest ones in recent memory.
And while it was going on, didn't think there was that much good stuff going on, but it got to the end of the year, I thought, a lot of stuff I was really listened to a lot and didn't really kind of appreciate at the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's an issue when it comes to actual good years for music, of stuff is consistently and consecutively coming out. And it's only by the end of the year when you start writing an end of year list, you go back over the entire year and you're like, oh yeah, this really good album that I only sat with for a week came out.
Yeah.
But because something else came out the next week that was equally as good, just didn't really get enough time with it.
No, definitely.
I think a big record. Like that for me was the Foxing record.
Yeah.
Despite seeing them a couple of times, just didn't really get much chance to sit down with that album. But I've been listening to it a lot recently. It's a very good album. Band I've not really given much time to in the past, and it is something else. And I feel like it was definitely overlooked because I didn't look at that many end-of-year lists, but I don't remember it being mentioned that much.
I think I heard it on a couple of podcasts getting pretty rated, but for the most part it's just a bit ignored really.
Yeah.
I think they kind of fell off the map a little bit because I thought last album was good, but really unpopular critically and everything like that. I think didn't Fantano have it in his top 5 worst albums of the year or something?
It was Dealer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that 2015?
Is it Good Dealer?
Is it Dealer and Albatross they've got? Or the Albatross?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, I've known of those albums, and I've heard, Night Swimming and Medic and stuff like that, but I've never actually sat down with an album with them.
Yeah.
Definitely need to, since loving this one, I'm going to go back and listen to the other two, but, just a very understated and overlooked band, I think. Hopefully, I think they're about to do a US tour now, which is pretty big.
I have no idea who that band are.
Will's a massive fan.
Oh, okay.
Very
Is that one of Evan from... What's his band called?
You thinking Into It Over It?
Yeah.
No, it's completely different.
What's that band called he does?
Oh, what is it? I know who you're talking about. He does a couple, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just a load of random words.
Oh, is it There?
That's the one. Yeah.
Now it's... Do you know a girl called Tancred?
Nope.
She used to be an ex-member.
Okay.
Sorry, she is an ex-member. It's very well produced, polished, electronic dream sort of pop. Will might break me for that, but I think that's probably quite accurate. But,
okay.
Yeah, and they're quite big, especially with the most recent album. Definitely a lot of end of year lists. So I think that's a pretty big talk for Foxing. Foxing, good album.
It's kind of trying to think of what I really liked last year that I kind of overlooked at the time but have gone back to. I think probably the main one is Bay Dream by Culture Abuse.
Okay.
In the time I didn't listen to it that much, but I went through a phase of a couple of months where I'd listen to it basically every day.
Yeah.
Like really sort of good kind of, I think like kind of Ramonesy. Like the Ramones easily one of my favourite bands ever, and just somebody just trying to do that kind of slackery, lazy kind of pop punk. But I mean, pop punk's the best way to describe it, but it's not like whining about your ex-girlfriend and wearing shorts that are 4 sizes too small. Like it's good. Yeah, really good record.
Pretty sure I saw them in Joiners. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I went with Gouge Away.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to that tour in Bristol. It was very good. Yeah.
Southampton gets a lot of these shows, and the crowd was okay, but it's definitely like might have been one of the smaller ones of the tour, I imagine. Very good show and very good band. Yeah. What do you think of Gouge Away?
Massive fan. I absolutely love that band. Yeah.
I think they're starting to click, but I'm still not entirely sure.
Yeah, I think the last one sounds like a Steve Albini album. Like it's like sort of Jesus Lizard and I don't know. Yeah, it's just got a bit more something to it than a lot of those hardcore bands, and she's got a great voice as well. Like really interesting scream.
Very distinct.
Yeah.
And like even musically, it's pretty distinct. There's a certain grit to it that's not in a lot of these sort of bands I quite like. But I don't know, the record's just not clicking how I expected it to. And it was the same live, like I enjoyed seeing them, but just didn't click as much. But maybe with time, we'll see.
That's fair. Worth going back to.
Yeah, definitely. I imagine they're like going to be doing quite big things in the coming, like, I guess this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Another band I reckon is pretty big things coming in 2019, Vane.
Yeah, they're going to get absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Tickets to go see them next month, I think, with Higher Power.
Is it February or March? Yeah.
Something like that.
Again, that's like coming to Southampton as well.
Yeah.
Not sure who else is on that tour, but I know it's definitely at least them.
Yeah.
Have you seen Higher Power before?
I saw the last song of them on the Every Time I Die tour. I spent too long in the pub and just missed their set really, and got in time for Knock Loose. I think they're a good band. I'm kind of waiting to see it live.
Yeah.
See if it actually sticks though.
Okay.
Because I think it's like I like the sort of the idea of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've properly got the tunes yet.
That's fair.
So I reckon at some point.
Yeah. I think I've done the opposite, whereas I've only seen them live once, maybe twice, and I've never listened to them on record.
Yeah.
Not a fan. It was a while ago, so admittedly I literally can't tell you why, but I just remember not enjoying the set. I struggle with like straight up hardcore, and I think they mix like hardcore and a couple of other sort of big UK things at the moment.
Yeah.
Just doesn't do much for me. I've always struggled with it, so it is what it is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And they've got a really good got snapback with their logo on it that I really want, because they've got a really cool logo.
Okay.
And it looks like a Suicidal Tendencies hat.
Yeah, it's like a Times New Roman-y sort of font, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What else? More stuff from... Let's see, more good albums from last year. I'm just kind of going through my record collection at the moment. Something I'd waited as long as I can remember for was that new Daughters album.
Yeah.
Because I was super into the last one, self-titled, which is the most underappreciated album of the decade, I think.
Okay.
Like, borderline perfect album, like massive aggro noise rock with his weird, like, he's got like a crooning kind of voice.
Okay.
And the new one is the most hard work ever, and it got a lot of props.
Yeah.
From sort of everyone, really. So good to see they're actually doing good things, I suppose. Fantano's album of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who hasn't heard that should listen to it immediately.
Yeah.
And then decide that they don't like it, because I suppose most people didn't really.
No?
Well, I think a lot of people listen to it kind of like just say that's just too hard work. Like, it is really, really hard work. It's like an hour long. It's very, very difficult. It's I don't really know how to describe it either. Like, it's not hardcore. It's not like a metal record.
Just an amalgamation of...
Yeah, it sounds a bit like Nick Cave if you like made the guitars all mental, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to Daughters.
You should. You really should.
Yeah, you've definitely recommended that to me before, and like
Oh,
you said,
yeah, like-
Fantano's album of the year. It's definitely on like a lot of end of year lists.
Yeah.
I recognise the artwork straight away, but yeah, don't know why I've never. Well, like every fucking major band, I've never really listened. Ah, so silly. Yeah, Conjuro.
Yeah, good year for that band.
Yeah, very much so. I can see them blowing up in the next year or two. I reckon if they keep going the way they're going, they're going to be just, you won't be able to miss them essentially.
Yeah.
They are going to be on major tours, doing major festivals. I give it by the time maybe the next album cycle, it's going to really pick up. And I said to a couple friends, I genuinely think they are going to be a band that's by the next album cycle, they are going to be main stage at Download.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I think main stage at Download though is getting worse and worse. I think
Really?
we actually need to change that. Have you seen the main stage at Download last year?
I haven't actually.
It's basically just books these awful Led Zeppelin rip-off bands.
Oh god.
So let's go find it. Download 2018.
Okay, maybe not main stage at Download. I can see them playing main stages at major festivals, UK and Europe. I mean, they've been a band for 2 years, and I think they're just about to go on the first US tour.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I was surprised, but you just don't hear of bands being a band for a couple of years and then going to the US straight away.
No, they've got on there quickly, which definitely got to give them props for. And that album is really good.
Yeah.
What I was quite surprised about though is how they've gotten so big within hardcore kind of circles, because that's just straight up metal. There's nothing else in that at all. It's just metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at this Download. This Download main stage. You've got Shinedown, Black Veil Brides, In This Moment, Thunder, Blackstone Cherry, Temperance Movement, The Struts, Monster Truck, Dragon Force, Volbeat, Bullet.
That's pretty tripe.
Yeah, so you can get on there. I mean, there are good bands on there, obviously.
Yeah.
Where's a good band on here? Hatebreed.
Yeah, fair.
Guns N' Roses, good band. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, completely off topic. But
yeah, it's not. I didn't know that about Download. It's not a festival I really keep an eye on.
no, I've been three times,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And it's fun, but yeah, just it was completely wrong time of the year, so the weather always completely ruins it.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, worth a go one day if you've got a bit of spare money. You fancy just hanging around the field up north.
Yeah, with this thing Conjuro, first US tour in 2 years of being a band. Didn't Rolo just go over for the first time?
I think they've been over before. I
Okay.
think because they've been about 15 years or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe when they start being a band. I think it might be just over 10 years. I think it might have been 2006, 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just mad. And with Conjuro being big in hardcore circles, do you reckon that's just because of the Holy Roar affiliation?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, if that came out on like Spine Farm or Nuclear Blast or Relapse or something, it makes sense on those labels, and there'd be no hardcore affiliation there at all. Hardcore people wouldn't even be aware that existed.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think.
It's weird how Holy Roar's clout, ebb and flows quite a lot. Definitely in a big period at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting label.
I'm a big fan. I had the subscription last year. I completely
Yeah.
forgot about that. So I've got a load of their releases in it, some of which I still haven't listened to. I've got that Slow Crush Aurora record.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I'll probably give a go to at some point.
I think you really like that from what I've heard. Knowing your taste, I think, yeah.
It's a shoegazy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably give that a go. There's just so much stuff here I've never listened to. That's so bad. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty good year for Holy Roar last year.
Yeah, what did they put out? They put out Conjurer, Rolo,
A lot of up and coming stuff. Stuff like Mole.
yeah.
Um,
That Secret Cutter record was good. Like kind of
okay.
grindcore-y kind of thing. Mole album.
Svalbard?
Svalbard, yeah, I've got that. Still haven't listened to it.
Yeah.
Um,
Not a fan personally, but I know they're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, no, they're doing really well. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're just just seems to be a label that's just doing better and better and better.
Yeah. A lot of bands that have stuff like Rolo that have been going for fucking years and just consistently putting on every album. Or stuff like Conjuro where it's they've been a band for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And are getting a lot of attention. Or stuff like Mole, relatively new.
Yeah. I think they've only been around for a couple of years.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I've only heard of them because of Holy Roar. So, yeah, it's nice to see. Oh yeah, Employed to Serve. Jesus Christ.
Well, did that come out last year?
No, but like the attention they're getting now as well.
Oh yeah,
Like,
well yeah, they're not even on Holy Roar anymore, are they? Yeah, they moved.
was that Spine?
Spine Farm. Oh no, yeah.
Universal imprint. Like that's mad.
Really impressive.
Yeah. Very much just like showing with the times as well. Like, I reckon Bane's going to be the next band that signs to like a major or gets like some sort of big thing. Again, just because of that like new metal inflection.
Yeah, I reckon next year's going to be massive for Candy as well. If I Candy.
You might have mentioned to me before.
Listen to Good to Feel by Candy. That's like,
okay.
Like unbelievable. One of my favourite hardcore albums last year.
Okay.
Probably like, might even be my favourite hardcore album last year.
Fair.
I think. I'm trying to think what other hardcore came out. What was even my top 5? What did I have? Blow On, Death Heaven, Ski Mask.
Yours is pretty varied if I remember correctly.
It was all over the shop. But yeah, no, that Candy album's unbelievable. It's like 17 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's just really interesting, really, really heavy. I see good things that band. So quite an interesting aesthetic as well.
Yeah.
So that kind of works. Like they've got like their logo is like a rip off of like the BMW logo, like the badge and stuff like that. It's, yeah, well worth a go. They're getting really big in America at the moment.
Mate, 17 minutes. You've got no excuse really, have you?
Yeah, exactly. Listen to like 3 or 4 times, and and that's still shorter than like the average rap record now.
Yeah. Yeah. Christ. Reminds me of Post Malone. I used to be I really like the first record. I think the second album is better, but it's got less personality, and that for me personally has put me off a bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I definitely think his guitar playing is horrible. So I think he's a terrible guitarist. So like I'm glad he's kind of stripped all that out and just gone for like choruses now.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like a lot of songs on Stoney, like what's the big ones? Go Flex, Congratulations.
Yep.
Is White Iverson on it?
Yeah, I think so.
What's that? I Fall Apart was on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new ones, like front to back, 17 songs, all excellent. Yeah.
Massive hooks.
Massive fan, like
fantastic production as well.
Easily the thing I listened to most last year, like without a doubt.
It was good. And I definitely want to see live. I don't know, like I feel like it'd be very different from a festival set to one of his like own show sets. But both have kind of the pros and cons, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, be interesting to see what he does this year.
Yeah.
Because I think you released a single for like New Year, maybe Christmas.
Yeah, what, the one with Sway Lee for the Spider-Man soundtrack?
Oh yeah, no, he did that. He released the track. I think it's called. Is it Wow?
Oh, there's another song as well.
Yeah,
I haven't heard this.
I think
Okay.
I see he released it Christmas Day.
All right.
Very much like a B-sidey sort of material, but actually pretty good. Like a bit quite catchy.
Fair.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he does anything else this year. EPs aren't really a thing in the rap world, are they? Not when you get like big.
Nah, it's like solo tracks, mixtapes, and albums, really.
Yeah. Probably won't see another album from him this year. Be
It
nice
might
if
well
he
do.
did. But
Yeah, might well do. Some of these people put out like endless records.
yeah.
Like Young Thug, for example, you get like 3-4 albums a year
Jesus.
generally, and then mixtapes, and then actually he does a couple of EPs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not as common. But yeah, like I might get another album. Depends on how much touring and stuff he does, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think he's announced anything yet. I know he's doing like Reading Leeds.
Yeah.
Maybe do a UK festival around that European thing. Yeah, time to tell, I guess.
I mean, I would go, but the tickets are going to be about 100. Oh no, yeah, he actually is playing a UK tour, isn't he?
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure tickets are at 80 quid.
Jesus.
I'm not paying that. It's too much money.
Yeah, it's a bit too much.
Yeah, 80. Oh no, wait. Yeah, it's 93 quid.
Fucking hell.
That's seating as well.
Jesus.
No, those Drake tickets are 140, aren't they?
Oh god, yeah. Wonder how much they're being like resold for. Probably a lot. I reckon like for the decent ones resale probably like close to $500 or something ridiculous.
Oh yeah. That's criminal. How much did some of these things go for?
Yeah.
This is good. Came out last year. That Churches album completely flew under the radar, I thought. I thought that was really, really good. and they just kind of got ignored. Like the singles were pretty big for a bit, but they did that thing where released it quite close to the beginning of the year, and everyone just forgot about it.
Yeah, that's like a notorious issue when it comes to like end of year lists.
Mm-hmm.
It's like super end of the, like near the end of the year or start of the year, because that happened with. I want to say that happened with Converge in 2017.
That album did quite well, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Converge are a bit of a one-off. Like, they can just sort of release whatever, whenever. And people absolutely love it.
Yeah, 'cause I guess they don't really release that much.
Um,
And before that was what, 2012?
it's the one with the moons on it, isn't it? What's
Yeah,
that called?
All We Ever Leave Behind.
That's the one.
Was that 2012 or 2011? I'd say
I'm
it's like start of 2012.
gonna have to look this up.
Hmm.
All We Love We Left Behind, 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ. Jesus, 7 years ago. Yeah, I feel like churches, they've reached that point where like they can play quite hard from like major festivals, just pull a big crowd, but like no one really knows who they are. They have like a core fan base that's relatively big.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of like indie electronic bands. I was going to say they're pitchforky bands, but they're not really pitchfork, are they?
No, not really. I don't really know where they live, to be honest. It's kind of, I guess, in a similar kind of world as stuff like Grimes.
Yeah.
People who like sort of weirder pop music, but they're not that weird either. It's just kind of big 80s synth stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're, excellent band. But yeah, I don't know, I thought this album was going to be the one that kind of blew them up to becoming a headliner or a sub-headliner at a festival, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
And if it hasn't happened now, it probably never will, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, they deserve it.
Band that kind of just sits there for the rest of their career.
Yeah.
And, I reckon, like you said, I think I'd like not really happening now because it's not happened already. I think that might be the case with Interpol. Just like, damn, they released it was pretty bad, really bad. I love them. The first album is my all-time favorite album, and like I enjoyed all their other records to quite a big extent. But this one, it's to me, it's like the first thing they've actually put out that's bad.
Yeah.
You know, they've had like odd tracks here and there that haven't really clicked, but yeah, this record did nothing for me. It's like they went for a different sound that just doesn't really work with their like core sound.
Yeah.
A lot of like grit, quite actively distorted, and like a bit of different production. I just don't think it worked against them to me. Yeah, the like songwriting on the record wasn't particularly strong either. It just, yeah, I think it all just kind of accumulated into essentially a bad record.
Yeah.
And like I didn't really see many people talking about it, which I think is another indicator because they're not exactly a small band.
I'd completely forgotten that even came out.
Yeah.
Like so few people talking about it.
Exactly. Yeah, quite upset by that, but I mean, again, they're just kind of one of those bands that they've reached that size where whenever they tour, whenever they do festivals, they play songs from every record just because they've been a band for like almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like you said, with churches, I can't see Interpol like becoming a festival headliner anytime soon.
Nah.
Always kind of like second or third on the main stage, but never quite headliner. Which is a shame, but it happens. Whereas the National?
They're doing well now.
Yeah.
They've gone pretty big.
Sleepwell Beast was the outstanding record, and then they fully capitalised on it last year.
Yeah.
Just a lot of good UK European tours, like a lot of like headline slots on US and European festivals.
They did O2 in London, didn't they?
Yeah.
Once people start doing the O2, it's always a sign that they are a massive band then, isn't it?
Yeah. Just a band I just want to see more and more successful. Be interesting to see if they did anything this year.
Ooh, I reckon potentially Glastonbury. Complete outside chance.
But I think they'd fit.
No, they completely fit on the lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah, whether they'd be, I think they'd probably sub at Glastonbury just because it's Glastonbury and the bands that play other festivals and headline slots will play a sub spot because they can book Paul McCartney and the Rolling Stones and the biggest bands on earth. So they anyone who's not like AC/DC sized
Yeah,
can be potentially like second from top.
That's
Like Nick Cave's done second from top,
Yeah.
and like
Jesus.
yeah, like he's absolutely massive. He's like 2-3 nights at the O2 big.
Yeah, Christ. I was thinking he did the. Oh God, what was the festival we went to?
All Points East. Yeah.
He did the another night of that. Was he the next night?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I contemplated staying around in London for it.
Yeah, you did.
Mm.
Yeah. Christ, that was a big weekend.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, wasn't Bjork the night before, or was it the weekend before?
she might have been the weekend before. Yeah. Like that is a fantastic festival.
Oh, it was really good. Yeah.
Definitely. I know there's certain politics to it because I think it is like Barclays who do it or something.
That's British Summertime.
Yeah.
Because Neil Young and Bob Dylan doing that co-headliner for it, aren't they? And
Christ.
and yeah, Neil Young got Barclaycard to unsponsor it because
Oh.
he doesn't agree with. They do. I can't remember what they do. It's some political thing or something to do with like the environment.
They invest in like oil.
That's it. Yeah, and he doesn't agree with that. So he said, "I'm not
Yeah.
playing it if they're sponsoring it." So instead of cancelling him because it's Neil Young,
Yeah.
so you see, yeah, they're just getting, yeah, it's got them to not do it. I think it's pretty wild.
Jesus. Very bold.
Mm.
But yeah, a lot of those festivals seem to be popping up now, which I quite like.
A lot of day festivals right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a weekend's just too tiring.
Yeah. I think I prefer a day festival, to be honest.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, weekends are fun, and I'm doing 3 this year, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a day one's quite nice to just eat better. You're not. I mean, you had a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more enjoyable. Nice bed.
Yeah. They usually start a little bit later. She's like 1 or 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Just so like you've got time to travel in the morning without it being hectic.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the fact I even came down from Sheffield, and like, I think I got a 6 hour. I think it's a 6 a.m. coach. That's not that bad in the context of like travel.
It's like most of the country.
Yeah. Yeah, just like I'd happily do that again. Yeah, just your money goes a bit further, you're not as tired, you actually enjoy it a bit more.
Mm.
And because it's only a day, they can pack like 2 or 3 stages with massive names. They're not like, it's not watered down essentially.
No, you don't get like all the filler bands.
Yeah.
I mean, there are filler bands, but it's not like to the same degree as you get like
Yeah.
a Reading or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, filler band at Reading is like an actual filler band, whereas like what is essentially a filler band at one of these festivals is just like someone who's good but just isn't that well known.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like so pretty much everything we saw was really good.
Yeah.
I think like was it War Paint, War on Drugs,
Yeah.
Future Islands.
Yeah.
I really like that thing that was first thing of the day.
oh,
You know that guy, kind of Vampire Weekendy.
Yeah.
What was he called? That was really good.
I can't remember at all, but I definitely remember.
Yeah.
It was just a very solid, very pitchforky, but very solid.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that just comes to the territory of a lot of that like indie rock, essentially.
Mm.
Yeah, it was good. Very good day. Have they announced anything for this year?
Yes. Yeah, they've done announced a couple of the gigs.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to that again, actually. Because it was a good day. Like, wasn't that expensive?
No, it's like, what was the tickets, like 60 quid?
Yeah, something like that. I think that was including booking fees. I'm trying to remember how much.
Oh yeah, no, they have announced. Yeah, it's looking really good so far. Because they've got one of the days is Chemical Brothers, Hot Chip, Primal Scream, Spiritualized, Little Dragon, Danny Brown, Little Sims, and then there's one with Christine and the Queens, Metronomy, Marabou State, Beach House, Hon, and Kurt Vile. I'm not particularly interested in that day, to be honest. But there's also Bring Me, Run the Jewels, Nothing But Thieves, Idols, Scarlord.
Jesus.
That'll be fun. And the last day, which I'm genuinely really considering going for, is Bon Iver, Mac DeMarco, First Aid Kit, John Grant, Tallest Man on Earth, Julian Baker, and Snail Mail.
Yep, I remember seeing that actually now. Yeah, I'm likewise for that because Max and Marco I'd like to see again.
I'd like to see Bon Iver again.
I've never seen him. I suppose I had tickets to go see him at one point and just I think the tour got cancelled and then it got rescheduled for literally like 12 months later.
Yeah.
Just circumstantially I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then Snail Mail, someone I've really got into the past couple of months. Very, very good.
I know a couple of people who are super into it. Like I kind of associate it with the whole like Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers kind of thing. Is it that kind of thing? Like sort of sad,
Similar
kind of
vibe.
guitar-y kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely like
Playing an electric guitar very quietly over someone playing drums.
It's a bit more. It's a bit more electronics, not at all. It's a bit more like active, a bit more grit to it.
Okay.
Definitely a bit like downbeat, but not quiet or like depressing. Yeah, a lot of fun. And she's like 16, 17.
That's bizarre.
It's mad.
Why is
like,
everyone so young? Like Billie Eilish is 16.
Christ, Snail Mail. I don't know her full name. Is it Lindsay Jordan? She was signed to Matador before she graduated high school.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, she was like 15, 16.
She's 19 now.
Christ. Just silly.
Everyone's getting so popular so young now. Yeah, what else happened? What else happened last year?
Drake released a really fucking shit album.
That was bad.
And literally no one spoke about. Like...
Didn't see a single end of year list.
No.
Because it was way too long.
Yeah, way too long. It was just bad. There's literally no other way of describing it. Like, way too long, inconsistent. I mean, the fact it was a double album was just wildly unnecessary. Yeah, like, people hyped up those couple of singles it released, and then when it actually came out, literally no one was talking about it within a week.
Yeah.
It was just gone.
Yeah. You did it for the streaming numbers, though, really, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you make the album really long, people listen to the whole thing, you make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, God's Plan, though, still a banger.
Yeah.
Non-stop. And
good.
In My Feelings?
Yep.
Those are the big ones.
Oh, what was the other? It's like one more, I can't remember the name. I'm really bad with song titles. No, not a clue. Yeah, interesting to see what he does this year.
Yeah, in terms of like really surprisingly good rap records, that Pusha T album was fantastic.
Was that the one with the... Was it Whitney Houston artwork?
Yeah, that they had to pay like 80 grand for or something.
Yeah, again, another record I just never got around to.
We really should. It was like probably one of the best rap records of last year, I think, excluding the Denzel Curry album, probably my favourite rap record last year, I think.
Interesting.
Oh no, Kids See Ghosts, I preferred.
Yeah. So I was very sceptical of that entire period. I do love Kanye, but like, he's gone off the deep end.
Like the Nas album was terrible that he produced.
Yeah, I remember you saying. Yeah. That's the thing, like Kids See Ghosts was fantastic, but then that Ye album was just... I listened to it very recently, and it's not as bad as I think a lot of people were saying it was, but it is a lot of nothing. Not particularly long. It's essentially just an EP. Like, it's like 5 or 6 tracks, and they're like 2-3 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an album.
No.
Like, you can call it, essentially, artists can call whatever release they want, whatever they want, but stereotypically, that's an EP length. And it's just like... Yeah.
Like, I thought Ghost Town was good on that, but apart from the rest of it, that didn't really stand out. And then he had a pretty interesting year as just a person, really, didn't he? Kanye?
Yeah. Yeah, not great.
Yeah. All the Trump thing was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And the video of him showing Trump the plane that Apple should make was what? Have you seen this?
No.
No, it's like
I've
you've called it
heard
like
of that.
it's just like the iPlane. You should fly in this. You're the president. It's like can't remember exactly, but it was insane. And now he's sort of pulled out of all the sort of MAGA thing, hasn't he? Like he doesn't wear the hat anymore, or anything like that.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've done a complete 180.
Yeah, he's got a lot of. I feel like he definitely needs help, but he's got a lot of yes people around him.
Yeah.
So he's just not gonna get it.
Yeah. But like I don't think Yandy is ever actually coming out.
Yeah. Although didn't something got leaked from that? I think.
Yeah, you could be right.
Maybe a single might have got leaked or something. Yeah, I mean, I love Kanye. I love to see the stuff he puts out, and I love to listen to it. But yeah, it's just not been as good in the past year or two. See what happens. Could be a good year for him. Could be another bad year for him. Time will tell.
Might get another couple of albums. Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put any money on it though.
Still waiting for was it Super Turbo FX16?
What, the one you announced about 5 years ago or something?
It was like, God, he released, when was it? So it would have been 2016?
Yeah.
He released Pablo, that was like the start of the year, and then he was supposed to release Super Effects like that summer, and then the winter came, and people were still waiting. And it's like, oh, it's several years on, still not come out. So we'll see.
Maybe one day. But, yeah.
Would like to think for the amount of shit he's sitting on.
Very unreliable.
Yeah.
What else was good last year? Oh, that Earl album. I've been waiting such a long time for that because I only sort of like I really like the first album, which I know he's kind of really distanced himself from because of how like I don't know. He described what did he say? Like he said, my first album's got a big incel audience because like it's so violent and like.
We're talking the
mixtape. It's just called Earl.
Yeah, the Odd Future one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the beats are really cool. His flows are really cool. Some cool lyrical ideas, but it's so sort of violent.
Yeah, very graphic.
Like
that entire like Odd Future period was just very graphic. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just doesn't. He won't play anything like that from that live or anything like that. And then after that was Doris, which I really really like. And then it took me a little while, but I don't like Shit I Don't Go Outside.
Yeah.
That's excellent record, but yeah, it took me a little while to get on board with it. And the new one is weird again. It's like 25 minutes of how many tracks is it? Yeah, 15 tracks in 25 minutes.
Jesus.
And it's a lot of like 1 minute, like just over 2 minutes, kind of snippets and ideas. But it's like it's one of the more interesting records of last year. I thought. Gets compared to Mad Villainy a lot when I can see why. He's got a similarish flow anyway. And yeah, the whole like snippets and sketches idea.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Very interesting. Did that come out on a label?
Let's have a look. I've got the CD.
He's actually unsigned now.
Yeah, I think that was the last album of his deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it was because of a like he put that as like a contractually obligated thing.
Yes. This is on Columbia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, and I think this was one he was working on for a while. So it was like just like something he actually wanted to do and do music like this. But he said because this is on a major and it was the last one on a major, he said the next one he's gonna go even weirder with it. And I don't no idea how he's gonna do anything weirder than this. But I'm definitely interested to see what he does.
Yeah. Very low key but interesting character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Considering your future roots and how in your face that was for a very long time.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best rappers of the last 10 years. I think he's the most interesting and talented person on Odd Future.
Yeah.
I'm including Frank Ocean in that, which is a bit of a controversial opinion. I'm just not that big on Frank Ocean really. I think it's a little bit boring.
It never clicked.
Yeah.
It never clicked. Never did anything for me. I've given it a go. I want to say I've listened to Blonde. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Just like very muted production with quite borderline droney vocals.
Yeah.
And that's it, essentially.
I just don't particularly like R&B, and I think it's an R&B thing. Yeah. What else happened last year? Went to some good shows. I went to the last ever Slayer tour.
Nice.
Had 10 pints on a Monday night. Good idea.
I think I remember the fallout from that.
A little bit hungover the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was well worth seeing. Band super important to me, like most of my life, like as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really really good night. They've got a really good performance. Support slots were Anthrax, Lamb of God, and Obituary. This makes perfect sense.
Very strong.
Yeah, went over to Cardiff for it.
Fair.
Good night.
Fair.
Yeah, a lot of fire.
They've finished now, haven't they?
No, I reckon they'll probably be going until the end of this year.
Oh, okay.
That was their last UK tour, but they've got some festivals coming up. Like, I think, are they doing Bloodstock?
I was going to say, is it like US and Europe?
No, they're doing a couple UK things. They're Download. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're under. I should go to Download this year. Slipknot, Slayer, Tool, Smashing Pumpkins.
Jesus.
Oh, I might go. I can't afford it, but I do really want to see Tool and Slayer and Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think they're still going a little bit longer.
Okay.
Because when you're sort of a band that big, it's quite hard to just finish, I suppose.
Yeah.
You've got to really wrap it up, I suppose. Like, go to all the countries of where everyone wants to see you, and when you've been going that long and you've always been that big, you're gonna have a lot of fans.
Yeah, it's essentially every country in the world.
Yeah. 1975 put out one of the most overrated albums in my memory, actually.
Yeah.
I saw people calling it the like what was the main comparison, the Millennial OK Computer,
Yeah.
which is bollocks. Like
fucking very fucking bold statement.
like posh white guys doing dance hall is like that's not good. Like don't make that.
Yeah. It's
Good singles, aren't they?
yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like they're only good singles.
Yeah. Like the album tracks are generally pretty bad, apart
Yeah.
from what's the song? I Like America and America Likes Me. I think it's called that, and it's just a
Yeah.
straight Bon Iver rip-off.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I like it. But
That's the thing. A lot of it isn't like influenced by it doesn't have its like clear influences. It just sounds derivative, and I think that's the main that's the line they've crossed. Of just like this just sounds like they've ripped a load of people off and like targeted it towards an audience that's never heard of these people, and that's it. That's why they're massive.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to cast their audience as stupid or don't care about music or anything, but like I don't know, it feels a bit cynical to me. Like, oh look, we're doing a Radiohead thing. It's like Radiohead are absolutely massive, but they are going to have a lot of fans who are like really young and probably won't have heard a record from 19 years ago at this point. So I think one if they do kind of think they could just get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't help but agree on that one. That's the thing. Obviously, they've got like a wide variety of an audience. They've been around for a while now, but just feel like the audience is mostly of a younger fan base.
Yeah.
And like on the opposite end of the spectrum, we've got Bring Me. Like I feel like they're doing the same thing, but in a good way. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they've got very clear influences. It's not derivative. They are doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And I guess because of that, somehow the fan base got younger.
I actually have no idea what their fan base is anymore.
Yeah.
I have no idea because I still absolutely love them.
Yeah.
But I don't know because I've liked them the whole way through.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I think have dropped off at this point.
Okay.
It's like I think for a lot of people, Sempiternal was like the last thing they liked, and then That's the Spirit was very like it wasn't poppy, but I don't know, it was more straight up, I suppose.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah, there's the least. I think that album, they're sort of the least kind of individual thing they've done, apart from what's the first album called? Pray for Plagues. Was that the song title?
Oh God, what was it? Count Your Blessings.
That's the one.
And then Suicide Silence.
Season.
Suicide Season.
Yeah.
Jesus. Christ, that's very fucking old.
Brilliant, that record.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think they're getting. I think the new album's going to get a lot of flack, but I think it is really good. It's just a lot of interesting ideas on it. A lot of like electronic stuff that they're doing a lot better than a lot of the other bands around at the moment that try this stuff.
Yeah.
I think Ollie Sykes got a really good voice, really well produced, nice, like quite coherent record.
Yeah.
Somehow, considering the album, none of the tracks didn't sound like each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see a big year for that band. I think next year they will headline Reading 100%.
Yeah. I'd be very surprised.
I'd put money on that. Like,
I'd be very surprised if they don't at this point. Just they fit the fan base, of Reading. Just it just makes sense now.
Yeah.
And considering they've been progressively going up each stage, I remember I think it was 2009. They were on. It was the Friday or the Saturday. They were on the Festival Republic stage below the Blackout.
That's ridiculous.
It's mad. Sub-headlining on that stage, and 10 years ago. So, it makes sense for them to be a headline at this point.
Yeah.
Christ. I guess another link with them, Architects.
Yeah.
Band that's kind of just gone from strength to strength in the past couple of years, I'd say. Most recent album, I've had a variety of opinions, but I think it's generally quite strong. And they're live. I don't know, live they seem to be one of the best UK bands again.
Yeah.
Very gutted I didn't get to see them. I think it was maybe a week or two ago. I've seen videos of it online. It did look like a fantastic show. I mean, I don't really know what the future holds for them at this point.
think they'll just keep on getting bigger, won't they? Because they did, was it Wembley?
I think so. I want to say it was sold out as well.
Yeah, they did sell out.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. That's a really big venue.
Yeah. Again, another band I saw like Islington Academy about 10 years ago. Yeah, Christ.
Like I saw them. Was a bill I saw them on was Bring Me, Parkway, Architects, and Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
And the second band on.
Yeah.
It's like that's another. Like Parkway Drive and Bring Me are both huge now as well, but
Yeah.
I think they're probably. Is that bigger, Wembley? Is that bigger than whatever? What did Parkway do? Like Brixton or something. Wembley's got to be bigger than Brixton.
Oh yeah, Brixton's 4,500.
Yeah.
I think maybe 5,000.
Mm.
Wembley's like
12.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. I remember that tour as well. That was 2011.
Mm.
Christ. Yeah,
That's
no,
impressive.
yeah, and that was a big tour as well actually at the time. But
Yeah.
like if that happened now, what did Devil Wears Prada do nowadays?
I think they're still about.
Yeah.
I don't really care anymore though.
No, I don't think a lot of people do.
They went all kind of, God, hipster is the laziest word, but they went also didn't really do the whole metalcore neon thing
Yeah.
anymore. Now they're just like, I don't know, wear flannel shirts and have nicely trimmed beards,
Yeah.
and yeah, now they, I don't know, you just don't really care anymore.
They could have done the Zombie EP 5 times and they'd be the biggest band.
Yeah, the EP's so good.
Yeah. Just relentless.
Mm.
But yeah, what Parkway up to? I feel like they just released another video from an album they did the last year.
Yeah, they put an album out last year, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And they're doing a tour, I want to say next week,
Oh, okay.
I think. They're playing Cardiff. I completely spaced on getting a ticket. But that will be good. Like, they've always been absolutely stunning live.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't know what... Yeah, like, they're definitely going much more metal as a band. Like, they're not as sort of hardcore as they used to be.
I feel like they hit a ceiling with their first sound.
Mm.
Kind of did like 2 or 3 albums
yeah,
and just like kind of need to reinvent it a bit.
Yeah, they changed over and now they're a lot more Maiden.
Fair. I honestly I wasn't expecting that from them, but it kind of makes sense. Especially with the fan base they've got of like fairly mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think what else came out last year? What other shows did I go to? Bit of a self plug actually. Have you listened to Sunspot?
Yeah, and yeah, I did listen to the EP like a week ago, maybe?
Yeah. Like, I know Roy's one of our writers and everything, and I mean, yeah, it's literally a self plug. Like, they are a good band.
Yeah, very good.
EP is good.
Mm.
Like, I talk to Will a lot about like what they're up to and stuff like that, and it's refreshing to see a band that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they actually have like an idea of what they're currently doing and what they plan on doing.
Yeah.
And they stick to it. And if they change it, it's for a reason. It's not because like something got in the way or they just couldn't be bothered. And I've given Will the advice of like that's the issue when it comes to a lot of like bands starting up. Like, if you can just be consistent and actually do something and not get lazy with it, you're gonna be in the top like 10 percentile.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good to see him doing that. Yeah, I'm hoping they make a bit of progress this year, and I can't see why they wouldn't if they carry on how they're going.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Will and George.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think of much else for last year now.
I went to go see Denzel Curry,
Fair.
which was really good. I went to go see him in London on the last record, and that's fantastic. And this time round, he came over and played The Boat in Bristol, so Thekla.
Jesus.
Yeah, he sold it out in about an hour
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
surprised.
Yeah.
Why do you think he'd be doing much bigger venues?
I don't know, I think he's just bigger in America.
Okay.
But yeah, that was excellent. Just all the great tracks of the new album, all the classic tracks.
Yeah.
2 XXXTentacion tracks, which, regardless of what you think of him, the crowd went absolutely mental for that. Like, absolutely exploded.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I did. I don't really go to that many rap shows because generally they're not that good. A lot of the
Yeah,
time,
maybe.
they just put the music on and just kind of shout over the top, like don't even take the vocals out. Like I've seen do that. That's a Whack a Flock of Flame. Do a little bit of that at Reading, and he just yells ad libs over the top of it, like the thing. Like doesn't really do any rapping.
It's more of the general vibe than like the actual like music itself, if you want to put it like
Yeah,
that. Yeah. So
Like I've seen Denzel Curry actually raps. I've seen Danny Brown actually raps. Run the Jewels do. Eminem does not,
no.
which is like. Did you not see him at Reading that year?
No.
Yeah, no. He just played like all his new material, and then did all his big songs in like a 5-minute medley. Which is awful. Like it was
Yeah.
not good. And he mimed the whole thing.
Jesus.
Uh,
It's like doing like a medley of like your biggest hit sounds like the worst type of fan service. Just like don't bother if you're not going to do it properly.
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible. And Green Day, the day before, also awful. Not good live anymore. Yeah.
Can't say I'm surprised if I'm honest. Even that feels like just fan service to the band at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
Still a moneymaker, I suppose.
yeah, got to pay the bills. I didn't go to that many shows last year. I think my first show of the year was like, might have been like May.
What'd you go to?
I think it was it May? No, it wasn't. It was April. I went to go see Aerosol Jesus in Brighton,
Oh yeah.
and then was it Conjure? Yeah, it was Conjure supporting Blood to Serve with God Complex in Huddersfield.
Okay.
I think that was like maybe end of May. I did like 3 or 4 shows by the time summer rolled round. Just because there wasn't that much that I knew of up north. And Sheffield doesn't get that many big tours. It's mostly in like the surrounding sort of area. Like Manchester, Leeds, and it's just like not hard to get to, just kind of awkward.
Yeah.
It's like I don't drive, so I'm relying on public transport, and it's just like if I go to a show on a weekday, it's going to be hard to get back between like before like 3 a.m. It's just if I've got work the next day like 9 o'clock, it's not really doable.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2000 Trees was really good as always. Like that and Arctangent are just festivals that are just continuously growing every year in the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited for both of them this year.
Like I went to my first Arctangent last year. Yeah, wicked weekend.
Yeah.
Got to see Shellac and Glassjaw as well, which I can't really complain about.
Yeah.
I absolutely love both those bands.
Very solid weekend of just like a massive, in the context of like heavy music, a massive variety, but it all works really, really well.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can continue to just kind of do that formula for a little while. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. 2000 Trees has announced like quite a lot of good bands already. Again, a mixed bill, but more on the not as heavy, kind of alternative rock rather than heavy side.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be considering like how good music was last year. This year could be an interesting one for festivals. Again, like very mixed bills and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of people like riding on a high as well.
Yeah. Who do you think could headline 2000 Trees this year?
I don't know. I've seen a couple of rumours floating around. A lot of people reckon Architects.
That would be strong.
It would be good.
That would be very strong. Considering Architects doing stuff like Wembley, do you think they're too big for?
No, I don't know. I think because they got a lot of love from that kind of scene.
Yeah.
I think they probably could do it.
Fair. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really not sure in regards to what else is there from last year. I can't really think of much else. Wrap up there, I think.
Yeah, will do.
Cool. Yeah, so 16 Conversations. Probably end up doing a lot more of this podcast this year.
Yeah,
hopefully.
try to do some more.
Yeah.
Sort of talk about the year as it goes, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's just a bit of general overview of some of the stuff we thought about and could remember from that happened last year.
Yeah. We did do end of year lists. We've got quite a lot of those on the site. I'll probably end up linking them somewhere alongside this.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to like a bit of a deeper read into what we actually thought of records last year, there's that. But yeah, that was that.
Cool. Yeah. Cheers to anyone who listened.
Yeah, thank you. Speak to you soon.
Bye.